Hello friend, as you can see I have opened my website swaroopapp.in, and on the last video I stated that this is a secure website. HTTPS is there. In order to make a website secure you have to implement SSL, then only your page will be secured, and then you will be able to access on the port 443. Otherwise HTTP will be available at port 80. Okay, I have made a change in my website, and here is the page which you can even run at your end as well. So what this page is all about, it has got a title, it has got a description, and the interesting part which I want to show you over here is, let me open the console application over here. So let's come to the console part, and it is asking me to fill the data. It's not allowing me to open the console even. So let's come over here, let's go to inspect, and let's come to the application tab. That is the most interesting part of this application. So as you can see over here in the local storage, you can see the URL https://swaroopapp.in, and over here you have got a key value pair. So if I put my cursor over here, and if I pull it, if I kept the cursor over here, considering that I will give a title, but then if I'm trying to shift my cursor over here, if I'm trying to bring my cursor down to the text box, see, it is not allowing, rather it is saying fill the data. This is pretty interesting, isn't it? See, I'm trying to do this, but it's not working. Why it is so? Because I have implemented a validation over here that you cannot keep this particular text box empty, and without filling it you cannot come down to the description part. So this is very important, because there might be some field which are compulsory field. You have to fill them, like if you are going for registration or a sign up page or even a sign in page, these fields are compulsory fields. So that's the reason if you try to bring your cursor down, it won't work. And this is the first validation which I have kept. Now I want to add a title over here, and I want to be very specific that the title should have only alphabets, or it can be a string. Let me write like that, woke up. That is fine, no issue with that. And if I try to add another word like woke up at, that is fine. But if I am trying to put a number, now suppose I am going for the number 5, see, immediately it says only letters are allowed. And can you see one thing, the message is coming and the message is going off. See, it's coming, it's staying for a while, and it's getting dissolved automatically. So that's something also you have to take care, because that would add a little bit of non-functional requirement in your project, and it would look really good, isn't it? So that means you cannot apply a numeric value over here, and if you try to keep the numeric value and try to bring down to the cursor to the next text box, it won't work. See, it's not working. So as you saw, when I kept it empty, at that point the message was different. So I'll fill the data, and now when I'm adding a numeric value, then the message is different. Woke up at, if I try to write this 5, see, the message is now different. So that means depending upon your validation, your message should get changed. Okay, that is something very interesting, isn't it? That's what you have to do it. So I keep it like this, woke up, that is fine, and now I bring my cursor, and there is no problem with this, because everything is fine, because my validation has been successful. So right now I am in the second text box. I woke up at 5 a.m. That is perfectly okay. Now when I will click on the add button, please keep an eye on this key value pair, and you will notice something very interesting. As I do that, immediately the message is in green color. It came, the to-do was successful, and now you see there where the message got saved. Let me just bring it down, make it a little bit more spacious. Yes. Now see over here what you have got. Please please watch it very minutely. You have got one array. Look over here, there's an array starting block, there's an ending block, and this is referred as a key. That means this array is getting saved by this particular key, and inside this array you have got an object. With the object has got a title, and here is a value. The object has got another title, here is a value. The object has got another title, and here is a value. Point to be noted over here is there are 3 key value pair, right? But I have taken only the first 2 input. I didn't take the third one, but how is it working then? Well, that is where automatic insertion is taking place. That means ID is getting generated randomly. Okay, so I have gone for random implementation of the ID. Then every object which I will insert, that will get generated over here randomly. Sound interesting, right? So this is one object. Now what will happen if I go for another entry? Okay, let's go up. Study. Now suppose I'm writing study time, and here I go. I need to study from 5:30 a.m. I click the add button. As I do that, immediately a green message comes over, the to-do gets saved, and let me refresh the page over here. As I do this, wonderful. Let's look over here very nicely. So here is the message. See, the ID got changed. So this is the first object. This is the first object which I have already inserted. I woke up at 5 a.m. Woke up. That this is the action. This is the title, and here is the second object. See, the second object is saying that this is the ID of the second object. I need to study at this time, and the title is study time. So that means this is one object, this is another object. That's the reason I have gone for a key value pair, and that is the reason I have also gone for an array of object. So this is where the array of object comes in picture. So how is this object getting framed? Well, basically these are all JSON object, but you have to save the data in the local storage for your future reference, and as you know that local storage is permanent. That means even if I switch off my system, it will stay back unless and until I clear the data right this way. If I right click and clear, then only the data will be getting off. Well, this is a live page you can run at your end also, and you can check out how this data are getting saved, and it will not create any problem. And look over here at the console, there is also no errors. My application is working very smoothly. So that means, as I was saying, that this is actually an object which is actually a JSON object. But when you try to save the JSON object inside a local storage, it has to be converted into JSON string, and for that reason you need JSON.Stringify function that is used for the local storage, which I have used for the local storage because I want to save the object inside my local storage. So for that reason I have made use of JSON.Stringify. Okay, let's go for one more and then we will end the video. So let's go for another title like well, office time. So here I now tap, see the validations are occurring, no problem. But if I write over here 7, immediately it will pop up with error message and it will go automatically. So the message is not staying over there. That is the most beautiful thing which I have tried to work on it. Will leave home by 7:30 a.m. and I click on that to do. The second object also get inserted. That means from the indexing order, it will be the third object, and the message came and the message goes off that the to-do was successfully saved. And if I click over here, you will see the ID, and that means all object is getting one unique ID randomly that is getting generated, and here is a message that has been shown over here. Okay, so from this video, what I was trying to figure out, trying to make the thing in front of you is that how about the validation, the dynamically it should appear. I've made use of Bootstrap. That's the reason you saw those messages in the very responsive manner. And the second important thing is that of course about the validation part of the JavaScript, and I was making use of regular expression, something that also you need to work on it. Regular expression JavaScript is very important, and I was saving the data in the local storage, and for that reason I was using JSON.Stringify. So in this particular video, I have able to store the data successfully in my local storage. In my update, in the next update that will come, I would try to fetch this data back from the local storage into my page to see that what are the data that is there right now in my local storage. Okay, that would be my next update. So I hope this particular video helped you to make an understanding that how these things are working, and since it's a live project, you can work on this, you can check out how it is working, and just wait for my next video. Until then, have a nice time. Take care. Bye bye.